Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our May 2022 OC HMS user meeting. Please enter your agency name into the chat box. These will be the following topics we'll be discussing today in today's meeting: staffing updates, agency setup dashboards, the LSA report, additional release of information, deleting program enrollments with services, CS assessment, workflow, clarity updates, the data and performance management meeting agenda, and a holiday announcement. And at the end, we'll leave some time for Q&A. So we'll start off with Aaron giving us some staffing updates.
Good morning, everyone. First, we are happy to announce that Elizabeth has been promoted to the HMIS program manager position. We are very excited to have her move into this role, but that also means we are now hiring for an HMIS data analyst. So if you or anyone you know is interested, we included the link in the slides, and we will also include it in the meeting minutes. And this also means we're short-staffed for a little bit longer, so please bear with us, but we are excited about these updates.
And next we'll have Diana share.
Good morning, everyone. We have a new dashboard available. It's called the Agency Setup Review Dashboard. This dashboard was created to give you a better view of how your agency's projects have been set up in HMIS, as well as your agency's funding sources and bed inventory. The dashboard contains 3 sections: program descriptor data elements, funding sources, and bed inventory. The dashboard can be found under Reports, Data Analysis, Orange County Clarity System Reports, Agency Management, and that's where the report will be located. Next slide, please. So as you can see, this is sort of a sample of the data that you'll see when you run the report. The first section is the program descriptor data elements. This contains information such as project type, where the project is located, and operating start date. The funding sources contains, obviously, funding sources for your project, along with grant information and when those funding sources started. So if you have multiple funding sources, or if one has expired and you've added a new funding source, that information will be there. Next slide, please. And then finally, the last section is the bed inventory. This will contain the beds and units for your project. And as you can see, it also has the housing types for the various bed inventories in your project. We will be releasing a knowledge base article with descriptive videos on this dashboard in the meeting minutes. Thank you.
The LSA fiscal year 2020 report is available on our website. The reporting period is October 2020 to September 2021. The report includes data from emergency shelter, safe havens, transitional housing, rapid rehousing, parent supportive housing, and other PH projects. The report does not include street outreach, services only, and coordinated entry projects. The LSA examines 3 performance measures: days homeless, exit, and return to the homeless system. The LSA is looking at a system level data, and the universe of measure is household level. The LSA also allows us to identify pathways, which is the combination project type a household is served before exiting the homeless system. So I'll be switching to review the report. Can everyone see the LSA report?
Yes.
Okay. So this report will be available on our website, and we will link this in our meeting minutes so that you can take a deeper dive into the report. The first page is days homeless by, and you can see that we have days homeless by pathways as well as household type. So in this chart, you'll see that as mentioned, you'll see a combination of project types that the clients are enrolled. You can see for this example, this client was enrolled in emergency shelter and also a rapid rehousing. So the purple bars and the white bars on this side of the dashed line is times the days homeless prior to moving in. The dashed line is the point of housing, the household move into housing, and the gray bar represents their time in rapid rehousing. And on the right side, you'll see the average days homeless. On this next page, you will see data from exits. Similar to the previous measure, you'll also see combination, a project combination the clients were enrolled in, and this is exits by pathways. The green represents PH exit, the orange represents temporary destination, and the yellow represent unknown. Return to homelessness is our third page. The green bar represents all of the households that exit to PH destination. And you can see this red, these are of those households, those that return back to the homeless system. We also have return by exit type and household type. On our last page, you will see demographic data. This is the only data that is actually accounting for individual clients, while the other measures are counting households. And on our last page, we also have the system performance map. You can see this map as a summary of the three measurements previously mentioned. The purple will represent all the days that the clients were homeless, and the dashed line, similar to the other graph, is when they were housed. And then you follow the path to the green, which is their PH destination, and the red is the return to the homeless system. And then I just want to pause to see if there's any questions. Again, this report will be linked in our meeting minutes so that you can take a deeper dive. I'm not seeing any questions, so we'll go back to the slides. So before I start this video, our team just wanted to introduce you all to our demo videos. We wanted to create demo videos of topics that we see in support tickets. So one of the topics that we've been receiving a lot of questions about is additional release of information. So this demo video will also be included in a knowledge base article to provide further information. In this demo, we will cover adding an additional release of information. We will first need to review the HMS client consent form. It is advised that all intake workers thoroughly explain the form to the client regarding information collected and shared within HMS. This form states that if a client signs this form, the client is providing consent to HMS participating agencies to collect, enter, and share their data with other HMS participating agencies. Therefore, only one active ROI is needed. We will now review a practice profile on the training site. If you navigate to the shield icon, you will notice that there's an active ROI submitted by the OC training agency. If your agency would like to add an additional ROI, the option to do so is uploading a signed document under the Files tab. And that is how you'll add an additional release of information. Thank you for watching. If you may have any questions, please consult with your agency admin to submit a support ticket to the HMS Help Desk. Another topic we've been getting a handful of tickets about is deleting program enrollments that have services. So we also created a demo video that we will be adding to our knowledge base regarding deleting program enrollments.
If you're trying to delete a program enrollment but cannot because the trash icon doesn't appear, it means that the client is currently using a service of the associated program. In this case, the client has a duplicate enrollment due to a profile merge. Before you delete an enrollment, you would want to make sure which program is the primary one. So just clicking through both, you can see it looks like one enrollment has more services provided, so you want to delete the other one. So looking here, you would want to delete this associated service. So to delete the program enrollment, all you would need to do is go to the client history, and it would show a list of services. You would delete the associated one, like so. And then from there on the programs, you can see now it has the trash icon. And that is how you delete a program.
So if your agency has any topics that you would like us to create demo videos to walk through, feel free to submit a support ticket to the HMIS Help Desk and we will assist with those requests. We will move on to CS assessment workflow. It was brought to our attention that there were some errors with CS reports, so we want to review this all with you guys. So when a user wants to complete a CS assessment, the user will need to first switch their agency access to either County of Orange or Family Solution Collaborative. Next, you would access the program enrollment and then complete the CS assessment. The user must ensure that they're under one of the CS lead agencies when submitting the assessment. Please do not switch to another tab and then switching your access because this will cause errors. So now I'll be switching to the training site. Diana, can you confirm you see the training site?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see I am under County of Orange and I am in the training site. I have entered the individual coordinate entry system and I have started an assessment. What the workflow is for you to click save so that you complete this assessment under the County of Orange. There is some cases where we're noticing an error, which is what is happening is that you, instead of clicking save when you're done, maybe you pause because you wanted to collect some information from your primary agency. So you open another tab and you switch to your primary agency and view the client data under your enrollment. So let's say I am currently under my primary agency and I'm collecting information that I need from my primary agency. And then I read the notes that I needed to read and then head back to this the other open tab and click save. While this is not showing that I'm under OC training agency, my primary agency, but since you already switched, you're actually not under County of Orange anymore. So when you click save, you'll see that you're gonna save it under the referring agency is not County of Orange. And this is causing an error because then you'll send the referral to the community queue and you're sending it under a different agency that's not the county. So you'll see under history that I refer this client under my primary agency and that's causing an error as well as the assessment. So if I switch back to County of Orange and go into the individual coordinate entry system program, you will see the assessment was also completed under my primary agency and not the county. So this is causing errors with the CS report. So we advise that when you're under County of Orange, please make sure that you complete all your tasks, such as completing the assessment and sending them with the client to the community queue under County of Orange, and please do not open another tab. And our developers, our vendor, Bitfocus, is working with their developers to also resolve this issue. So I just want to take a pause to see if anyone has any questions regarding the CS assessment workflow. Okay, I believe we don't have any questions, so we'll move forward. And Heather will take over to provide us some Clarity updates.
Good morning. So we have several new updates in Clarity to announce. In this first update, effective as of April 18th, Bitfocus has removed the ability to schedule looks and dashboards from the Data Analysis tab in the Reports section. The HMIS Help Desk will be happy to assist in any future scheduling needs that you may have. So simply enter a ticket on the OCHMIS website. Next screen, please. So the next feature is an update to the client profile screen. The Roman numeral 6 VI has been added as a selection option in the suffix prefix pick list. So you'll see an example on the right upper side of the screen, this screenshot of that new entry. And then the next feature, the third, is an enhancement to the login screen. So if you select Forgot Password and enter your email address, Clarity now displays a message indicating that your request has been received, and that if you're an existing user, you'll receive a password reset link sent to your email. And the bottom right shows the message that you'll receive. So we do understand that the wording may confuse new users, as the Forgot Password link is used as the process to log in for the first time. Being an existing user simply means that you have an account within the Clarity system, whether it has been used yet or not. And so if the agency administrator has submitted a ticket to add a new user, and the administrator has received confirmation from the help desk that it's been created, that HMIS ID is considered an existing user. And we'll update the KB article to clarify this message. Next slide, please. This final feature, the service transaction date validation. So it now checks to ensure that dates entered for service transactions are between January 1st, 1970 and January 1st, 2038. And so this would include dates such as a start date, an end date, today's date, an event date, anything like that. So if you enter a date that's before 1/1/1970, you'll get the message at the top right. It says service date must be after 12/31/69, and you won't be able to submit the service transaction until after you correct the date. And in the same light, if you enter a date after 1/1/2038, you'll see the message on the bottom right, which reminds you that the service date must be before 1/1/2038. And again, you won't be able to submit the service transaction until after you correct the date. So all updates are already available on the training site and will be available on the production site on Tuesday, May 17th. And further details on all Clarity updates are provided in the May 2020 feature updates from Clarity, and links will be provided in the meeting minutes posted on our website after this meeting.
And then Linda?
Elizabeth, we had a question come in about the scheduling.
Okay. So let's go back. So yeah, so the update with this, if you already have a schedule, your schedule should still be in place. But if you need assistance with any schedules, please let us know. Submit a support ticket and the name of the report and the schedule you would like, and we will schedule those reports for you. Okay, so we'll move forward. And then Linda?
Good morning, everyone. Just a quick reminder that our monthly data meeting will be going on next week. As for the agenda, we will be going over the user data dashboard, as well as the rapid rehousing project performance report. The meeting will take place on Thursday, May 12th from 1:30 to 3. Below is the meeting information, and we will also be providing this information in the meeting minutes as well. And we hope to see you all there.
And then Heather?
So we have a holiday coming up this month. On Monday, May 30th, in observance of Memorial Day, the help desk will be closed, and we'll be returning on Tuesday, the 31st, to assist you.
So we have some time. If anyone has questions, please feel free to leave your questions in the chat, or please unmute yourself. And then just to clarify regarding the question about the monthly looker reports, the HMS team does send out monthly looker reports, which is scheduled. So you will still be getting your annual assessment due dates reports, as well as the client turning 18 reports.
All right, so we got a question about if a client originally had a VI SPDAT matched but not housed, how do we send back to the community queue through the original VI SPDAT or a new CES assessment? So if a client was matched to a housing opportunity and for whatever reason, the client is not eligible or otherwise can't be served by that household, the household or the agency that the household was matched to has to deny that housing opportunity. And they will have the option to send the client back to the community queue. They don't need to complete a new assessment. If they had originally completed the VI SPDAT and were matched, that is fine. They don't need to do anything additional other than just deny the match and send the household back to the community queue. Follow up, what if the client was enrolled and exited? If the client was exited and you need to complete a new coordinated entry enrollment, and then you would use the new CES assessment. So either the individual assessment or the family assessment.
Hey, Aaron, this is Rebecca. I see that somebody asked, where do we put the OC custom questions? And that just recently came to my desk too, in case you missed that one.
Yes, so there are OC custom questions for both coordinated entry as well as other HMIS projects. But for the coordinated entry custom questions, they are available under the enrollment screen. At the bottom of the coordinated entry enrollment screen, there are some OC custom questions about like access point and like what city enrollment screen, and they're at the bottom. There are similarly for other HMIS projects, like housing projects and street outreach, there are a couple of OC custom questions for those also that are also available on the bottom of the enrollment screen.
Hi, Aaron and Rebecca. This is Carmen. So along the same line, since we're talking about HMIS screens and ICES enrollment screens, I'm getting a question. One of my data specialists is getting a request to change the current living situation under the ICES enrollment. And we don't do an assessment for current living situation under ICES, only under our primary agency. So I guess we're a little confused.
So for coordinated entry, the HUD does require that the user complete a current living situation assessment at the time of entry. And there's also supposed to be, also a couple other points during the enrollment that they may need to complete a new assessment. We can link the knowledge base article in the minutes. But yes, so if you complete a coordinated entry enrollment, part of the process is you should be going to the current or the assessment page and completing that current living situation assessment.
Okay, so you do need to complete them in both places. That was my question.
Yes.
Okay, is that new?
It is fairly recent.
Huh?
It's newer, yes. Current living situation has only been a data element for like maybe a year.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase the question. Is that new that you need to do a current living situation under ICES? I've always known about the one under current living for the the regular enrollment, but not under the ICES. Is that a new
that is not new. That is not new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron, this is Christine, Orange County Housing. I don't know if this is an error or what, but I observed something the other day. So we were entering a client doing an annual assessment, and this client is a one-person household. However, one of their income sources is childcare, because this client does have a minor child that they care for, only partial time though. So the child is not a member of the household because they're only there like on weekends or whatever. And I noticed that when I put it in child support, put in the amount, hit enter, went to hit save, the system gave me an error message saying complete all errors. Nothing was marked in red. It just could say complete all errors. And I thought about it, and I cleared that child support and ran it again, and it went through without any errors. So I'm wondering, is the system somewhat intuitive that it can say you can't have child support without having a minor in the household? Do you know if that's true?
There is not anything on the enrollment screen that's comparing that to like household members. So it's possible that maybe you didn't enter the amount for the child support, or
well, that would have given me a red flag. It would have shown me that the amount was missing. Like I said, when I hit save, there was no, you know how it turns red if you're missing anything. There's a data part that it's seeking and you have it empty. Yeah. Nothing was red. The screen was perfect, but it wouldn't let me save. And then I pulled out that child support and I put it under other and then typed in child support, and it went through fine.
If you can enter a ticket for that one, we can look at it, but there isn't any logic that's requiring them to have a child in order to enter child support.
Okay, I was just wondering if that was the case.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it looks like we don't have any more questions. If you do have a question, please feel free to submit a support ticket to the HMIS Help Desk, and we will provide you with further assistance. Thank you everyone for joining us, and have a good day.